Okay, you don't have to pick up any of these makeup brushes. Don't let me influence you. But if you're looking for some new makeup brushes, or you're like myself and you like to have a ridiculous amount of backups of your favorite makeup brushes, consider checking out my recommendations for the brushes that you should pick up during Sephora's savings event. And if you're interested, then keep on watching.
You wanna talk about what you tryna hide?
Okay, before we dive into the brushes, I just want to make sure if this is your first time here that you know the deets about the Sephora sale, so I'll pop them up on the screen. If you are Rouge status like your girl, that means I spend way too much money at Sephora, I get to enjoy 20% off from November 1st through November 11th. If you are VIP status, you be shopping as well, you enjoy 15% off and you get to shop as early as November 5th and you can shop through November 11th. And if you are a beauty insider, you can enjoy 10% off from November 5th through November 11th. And regardless of how much coin you spend at Sephora, everybody gets 30% off Sephora collection, which is why I am going to be shouting out some Sephora collection pro brushes because they low-key my favorite brushes. I said what I said, don't tell Mac, but I said what I said. The brushes are fire. Before we dive in, I want to make sure you know what I plan to cover. So I'm going to cover 11 brushes that I picked out, I curated from my brush collection. They span 5 different brands. And I'll make sure to let you know how the brushes are designed to be used, i.e. what types of formulas, what they're used for in terms of your makeup application, and what type of finish you can expect with the brushes. Without further ado, let's dive in and actually kick it off with the Sephora makeup brush collection. This is the Sephora 93 Pro Blush Brush. This brush is one of my favorites. I often make recommendations on my channel about brushes and makeup products in general that can be used for multiple purposes. This is one of those. It does not disappoint. This is an angled brush that hugs those contours of the face and allows you to really sculpt the face. You can apply blush with this, bronzer, as well as contour product, as well as blend it out seamlessly on the face. This is why it's one of my absolute favorite brushes. You can accomplish a medium coverage, although your girl keep going back and layering it, and I've gotten as much as a full coverage with this brush. This brush is designed to be used with all formulas. So that is cream, liquid, press, and loose powders. This was the OG Sephora blush brush that I picked up. Since then, I've acquired a lot more, but she ain't never going nowhere. If you are on a budget or you're just looking to maintain more of a capsule or a more limited brush collection, pick her up, but you'll not be sorry. Having a brush that you can use that can cover as much ground as this brush, you're gonna be happy with it. Let's transition to the next brush. Okay, let's go with the 96. Let me just say, while this brush was clean, most of the brushes are going to be dirty. When I say I love these Sephora makeup brushes down, so I use them all the time, I love them down. So many of them are dirty. This is the Sephora 96, and it is also a pro blush brush. Y'all, I have a problem. I love me some blush, and so I picked up every single blush brush that Sephora has in their pro collection, and this is one of my favorites. So just in case you are interested in the 93, you just don't like it, you don't like the angle, you want a more traditional blush brush, or you want to use this one exclusively for your contour and your bronzer, pick up the 96, y'all. You can apply and build your blush product with this brush, and this is ideal for folks that are looking for more of a natural finish. So that's the type of finish you can expect with this brush. This brush too can be used with all formula types, which again is cream, liquid, pressed, and loose powder. So you cannot beat that. I mean, pick up the Pro 96 or maybe pick up one. All right, let's shift gears now and talk about a foundation brush. And I got 2 of them. You won't be surprised. This is the Sephora 70 brush, and it's the Pro Foundation brush. This is one of my favorites. And look, it come with a baby, or it don't come with a baby. You gotta buy the baby separately. This is a super dense brush with these really short stubby bristles that's designed to allow for you to easily buff that foundation into the face. The density on this brush is crazy. Like a short stubby brush like this is kind of wild, but it's kind of fire at the same time. This rounded shape helps create that full coverage finish. And when I say full coverage finish, I mean full coverage finish. So it also comes in the 70.5, which is more of a travel size. It's a little cheaper. So if you're not ready to go all out and pick her up just yet, maybe pick up her baby, see if you like her. But trust me, you're probably gonna pick up multiple. If you're looking for, like me, that fuller coverage look, and you're looking for a brush that will seamlessly get you to that full coverage look no further than the Sephora 70, because I promise you, you do not have to work too hard. Just stipple the foundation products into the face and you will be good to go with this brush. So I could not get out of this video without recommending that you pick up the Sephora 70, one of my absolute favorite brushes. Okay, let's shift gears now and actually talk about a highlight brush. This is the Sephora 98. So this is a little cutie. She's a small domed highlighting brush that's perfect for highlighting your nose, on your cheeks, your Cupid's bow. You can use it on all highlighter formulas. So again, that includes cream, liquid. I think you can also use it on stick. So cream, liquid, stick, pressed, and loose powder. This allows you to get more detailed and precise in your application, which is one of the reasons that I like this brush. I do use this brush to set underneath my eyes sometimes, but for the most part, I really like this as a brush to apply some highlight to my cheek and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. I recommended this brush earlier this year during the spring savings event, and I didn't want to switch it up because I do think that if you do not have a highlight brush in your collection, then you should pick her up. Let's cover a pro powder brush, which happens to be one of my favorites. I do not believe I recommended this brush earlier this year. I don't know that I had it. So this is the Sephora 59, and this is a pro powder brush. Baby, when I say I love this brush all the way down, it has literally replaced all of my other pro foundation brushes. I barely use any of my other pro powder brushes because this brush has my absolute heart. Let me get in there so you can see. This is a rounded powder brush that allows you to precisely apply your powder products like your press, loose, setting, and finishing products to your face in a way that's a lot more targeted than the 50. So if I'm not mistaken, I'll insert somewhere on the screen. The 50, which I have, is huge. It's a really, really large brush. It reminds me of my MAC. I'll insert the number because I don't remember. I think it's a 150 probably, but a really, really large fluffy brush. This one is just smaller, and I like it because I like the precision that you're able to get. This is my fave. Pick her up, 59, love her down. This is the very last Sephora brush, and this is another one that I got two of. So I got a clean one, and then I got a dirty one, okay? This is my Sephora 79, and she is a pro contour brush. I added her to the list at the last minute, and I don't know why I tried to play her because she's one of my favorites, so much so that I would love a third brush because I use her every single day in my makeup routine. Like I said in my last video, I don't really contour, I just bronze and pretend that it's contour. I predominantly use a cream contour, and I like to set it with a powder. That's exactly what I use this brush for. It's designed with these tapered bristles to allow you to seamlessly apply your contour and bronzer product by getting into the crevices and contours of the face. Because it's tapered and because it's small, you're able to be much more precise and targeted in your application of your bronzer and contour product, so you can really sculpt that face to the gods. Okay, you can use this with press and loose powder. Those are all the Sephora brushes. Let's shift gears and talk about the two Hourglass brushes that I'm recommending that you pick up. And they are goodies. The Hourglass brushes are pricey. So if you're on the fence and considering an Hourglass brush, this is the time to pick it up during the savings event. I picked up the first brush that I'm gonna talk about at regular price. I think I picked this one up during the savings event. I have some other Hourglass brushes. They're nothing to write home about. So I'm not recommending that you pick them up over the Sephora brushes, not whatsoever, but these feel better than the Sephora options, and so I thought I would mention them. This is the Vanish Seamless Finish Concealer Brush. Like, this brush allows you to blend into oblivion. Like, I have two of them. Yeah, I forgot. I have two of them. They both happen to be clean. I don't know how that's the case. I've been using my e.l.f. concealer brushes lately, but these brushes, they work so well with cream and liquid products. Emollient products too, because I've used my potted color corrector from NARS, which was one of my favorites, and she said this brush has this half moon shape. which allows the brush to seamlessly apply and blend and get into the sort of hard to reach areas, the contours of the face, where you might be applying and wanting to really blend out your concealer. The brush is also extremely dense, which allows you to blend even further. The reason why this is one of my favorites is just this ability to help me easily blend my products out. And I don't think I need to say too much. I ain't gonna over talk it. I'm just going to say I love it. I have 2 of them. You should consider picking it up. Similarly, this one is the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation Brush. I think that's the name. Hourglass need to be called to the front of the entire congregation for how long their brush names are. Anyways, this brush is designed to apply and blend foundations and other complexion products into the skin. This brush can be used on cream and liquid products. It's actually designed to mimic your fingertips. It allows you to get what Hourglass describes as this seamless finish. Yeah, and she delivers. Let me tell you how I actually use this. This is a little small for me in terms of foundation. I typically like to use larger foundation brushes. However, I will use this brush occasionally with my stick and cream foundation. But for the most part, let me let you in on a little secret about how I use this brush to blend out my concealer. When I go heavy with the concealer, and I'm looking for a brush that again has that nice sloped shape that allows me to seamlessly blend in my concealer. So technically, both of the Hourglass brushes that I'm recommending can be used for concealer. This one is dense, but it's not super large, but you might decide that you like it. If you use a smaller foundation brush, this might be your jam. But anyways, these are the 2 brushes that I'm recommending from the Hourglass line. Okay, let's shift gears to Makeup by Mario. If you are not new here, you know how much I love me some Mario. And this brush right here, I have so many Mario brushes, but it was not even close when it came to picking the brush that I was going to recommend in this video. It was clearly the F4 dual-ended foundation and face brush. Also a really long title. But I will forgive you, Mario. I'm probably buying 2 during the sale. Well, they're not in my cart right now, but it's possible. I have these 2, dirty and clean. Love this brush down. It's designed, like the name suggests, to apply and blend your foundation and other complexion products. The other complexion products, it could be bronzers, contour, blush, and highlighter products. I use it to apply my color corrector. I use it to blend in my bronzer, foundation occasionally. This is a multi-purpose utility player. Yep, this F4 brush is my absolute favorite. I was put on by another YouTuber and I have been hooked. This brush is designed to be used with cream and liquid. I mean, technically you could probably use it for powder, but like, don't use it for powder. Cream and liquid. If you don't pick up no other brush from this video, pick her up. I had a couple other brushes from Mario, but honestly, I thought to myself, they were not necessary. I'm already bringing you a lot of brushes. This is a Saie beauty brush. I love her down. This is called the Big Buffing Bronzer Brush. Big Buffing Bronzer Brush. That's 4 B's. This is designed to apply, blend, and buff in your cream, bronzer, and contour products. This brush is really big, very big. This brush has a very big hardy handle. It's very densely packed, but also fluffy at the same time. It does work very well. I find it so easy to apply my cream bronzer, both potted and stick bronzer, around my forehead, and I also use it to blend it in on my cheek. So when I'm trying to chisel out this area and also on my jawline, I use this brush and it's easy. I've started to use this more than the F4 sometimes around here. Like, I use this one consistently in this area when I'm trying to hollow out my cheeks a little bit more. But this brush, it's perfect for blending in the product on my jawline and blending in the product on my forehead. But she good. There is a foundation brush from Saie that I'm actually consider picking up as well, just because I like this one so much. So anyways, I think I picked that up earlier this year and I like her. So that's the only Saie brush that I have, and so therefore it's the only Saie brush that I can recommend. Let me get to the last brush. PatrickTa brush. I got 2 of them, and they're both dirty. This is the Precision Dual-Ended Nose Brush. It also says on the actual brush, for Contour 3. So it got 2 names. They got a name with a number in it, and then they got a long name that's very clearly lets you know what this brush is designed to be used for. So it allows you to apply and blend in small areas of the face, like on the nose. You could also use it to sculpt other areas of the face 2, where you're looking for a more defined and sculpted look. She can be used on the eyelids, which I do. I use this. So she has 2 ends. The puffy domed end, and then there's this slope, sort of half moon, thinly tapered. So I specifically use this end. I'll go in and show you. I mean, I'm not gonna do it, I already have my makeup on. So this is the NARS Cream Bronzer, and it's in the color Laguna 4, just in case we're shade twins and you're curious. I have it on today and I love her. So you can go right into the potted product and go in and start carving the nose out, the eyelid, anywhere on the face. And you can go in and blend it out with the dome-shaped brush end. My go-to bronzer product is actually a Mario Cream Bronzer Stick, and this is perfect for it. So you're able to take that slanted end of the brush and actually go in and easily swipe off and apply it to your nose and also to your eyelids. So this brush is designed to be used with all formulas. Again, that is liquid, cream, pressed, and loose powder. I use it predominantly for cream and powder products. I'll use it to apply and blend the cream product initially, and then I'll go in and set it with a powder. So let's say if I use this NARS like today, then I'll go in with the Charlotte Tilbury, which I mentioned in my recommendations video, which if you have not checked it out, you should definitely check it out. But I'll go in to this, and I oftentimes will go in also to the Juvia's Place. Shout out to Juvia's Place. But I'll go into these powders and just sort of apply it. And actually, I'll just show you this, even though I already have my makeup on. But yeah, you could just go in and apply it to the eyelids. Even though it said this brush is designed to be used on the nose, you can absolutely use it on the eyelids and other parts of the face, wherever you want to get a more precisely sculpted look. So pick her up. I will probably pick up another one, because I love her dearly. Those are my go-tos. If you're even remotely interested in the Sephora brushes, pick them up, 30% off. Pick those Sephora brushes up, or one or more of them, or none of them. You know, I won't be offended. If you had to pick one brush from everything, pick up the Mario brush. It is my absolute favorite of all those brushes. I mean, I couldn't live without any of the brushes, but that is my absolute favorite. We've made it to the end of the video, and if you are still here, thank you. Like, leave me a brush emoji down below. Like, maybe I shouldn't say that, because there ain't gonna be no brush emojis, and then I'm gonna be sad, very sad. But if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I love you for rocking with me. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe if you like what you see here, and stay tuned for the very next video, because I'm filming that video right after this video, which is going to be a what's in my cart video. And then you can expect my recommendations for skincare, and then maybe even a Dyson video. We will see. That is very ambitious. Thanks for watching, and until next time.